I'm Bella.
And I'm Allie. We are first years at UC Berkeley and noticed while walking around campus that many of the trash cans were overflowing with unsorted garbage. We wanted to know more about how Berkeley manages waste and the environmental effects of the waste from such a large institution. Knowing beforehand about the issues with plastic pollution, we were skeptical about these sustainable plastics.
After watching this video,
recently, several institutions and countries have banned single-use plastics in an attempt to curb ocean plastic pollution. In University of California's ban, they said they will incentivize vendors to develop reusable and compostable packaging for their products. But from researching compostable plastics, I'm worried that using them could create a whole new host of problems without solving the initial problem of ocean plastic pollution.
We realized that there was a problem with compostable plastics in general and at UC Berkeley. Hearing this inspired us to look further into the problem and find out if these products really were as green and sustainable as Berkeley students had come to believe.
UC Berkeley switched to compostable foodware as an alternative to plastics made from petroleum. But was it really better for the environment? We heard rumors that Berkeley wasn't composting these plastics. This sparked our investigation.
We emailed everyone we could find for information and a tour of a compost facility, finding very little help. Finally, we got in contact with the manager of a recycling facility in Napa.
So I'm Tim Matia, and I'm the Recycling and Public Education Manager at Napa Recycling and Waste Services. Been in the position for 16 years, and we are operator of the Napa Recycling and Composting Facility in Napa, California, and where we operate a full-scale composting program that handles food scraps, yard trimmings, other materials.
Between our research and our discussions with the manager, we are here to answer. Are compostable plastics a sustainable solution to plastic waste? We are using Berkeley as a case study for this larger, much more nuanced issue. What is compost? Compost is a mix of decomposed organic matter used to fertilize soil. It is broken down from food scraps and plant waste that can be added to gardens or agriculture to stimulate plant growth. This process is just the speeding up of natural biodegradation of organic material.
Compost is important because when organic matter goes to a landfill, it is packed in with other garbage in an anoxic environment. With the absence of oxygen, the microbes breaking down the material release methane, a greenhouse gas 26 times more potent than CO2.
What is industrial compost? How does it work? Industrial composting is necessary to break down large amounts of material, meat, dairy, wood, and compostable plastics. UC Berkeley sends our compost to a different place than the rest of Berkeley. We send our compost to Recology in San Francisco to be processed. Essentially, industrial compost allows for organic substances to break down faster and in larger quantities than a typical backyard compost.
Okay, so if compostable plastics break down, what is the issue? 1. Compostable products do reduce dependence on fossil fuels to make virgin plastics, but they have their own set of sustainability issues. In order to make 1 ton of PLA plastic, it takes up to 11 tons of edible food. These crops could feed people and are instead being used to make single-use plastic. With industrial agriculture comes high water usage and fertilizers, many of which rely fossil fuels.
2. Contamination is one of the largest issues with compostable plastics.
The biggest contaminant in compost is plastic. It's regular old conventional petroleum-based plastic, since that's what most plastic still is.
It is confusing for consumers when the food service where it looks like regular plastic and has the chasing arrows.
If it's not 1 through 6, then it's other. And that could be hundreds of different types of plastic, including PLA. We need to have better labeling. We need to make sure that we can differentiate it from single-use plastics.
It is easy to get confused, and we'll put it in a recycling bin. In this case, all the effort to make a sustainable product goes to waste, as it will be landfilled and break down into polluting microplastics.
3. Even if the plastics make it to the right bin, compost facilities have a system designed to filter out regular plastics. This means that often compostable plastics are taken out and sent to the landfills.
4. For the products that actually do make it through the composting process, there is another hurdle to be crossed. The USDA National Organic Program certifies compost as organic for farmers' use on crops. This certification excludes synthetic materials and bioplastics, which break down into CO2, water, and inorganic compounds that are not nutritious for plants.
But they don't allow for compostable plastics in organic compost. And most composting facilities want to be able to sell their compost to organic farms.
Compost facilities cannot label their product organic and miss out on selling their product to organic farms. This de-incentivizes facilities from composting these products in the first place. Our conclusion: compostable products are not the answer to the single-use plastic crisis.
Maybe the compostable plastics are slightly better because they're not made from oil, but it's not solving our issues.
Heidi Obermitt is the Recycling Program Manager for City of Berkeley and was the manager of the Zero Waste Diversion Audit Team for Ecology. In an email she said, "I do not think that compostable products are the solution to plastic pollution and single-use products."
We have analyzed the benefits and drawbacks of these products and can confidently say that they should be used solely as a stepping stone to zero waste at Berkeley. Berkeley should not claim to be zero waste when they still provide plastic single-use products. The only real solution is reusables. UC Berkeley is a wealthy institution that has the resources to implement reusable products in all dining halls, restaurants, and food service facilities.
We call on Berkeley to implement reusables widely and phase out all single-use plastics.
In the meantime, what can you do to help? Bring your own reusable utensils and dishes to the dining halls or wherever you're eating. And 2, sort correctly if you do use compostable products. I'm Bella.
And I'm Allie.
Thank you for watching.